What the pandemic did is shed light into how important our food supply chains are.
Luis Rivera is the director for the Center of North American Studies at Texas A&M University. The South American native says the pandemic is a great example of how fortunate we are to have skilled and efficient producers here in the United States.
Here in this country, we have the cheapest food in the world. We only spend about 6.4% of our disposable income on food at home. That is the cheapest in the world. When you compare it to, let's say, Canada, it's about 9%. You compare it to Brazil, another big food producer, about 17%. When you compare it to Mexico, about 23, 24%. When you compare it to Nigeria, it's about 60%. If you're the head of a household and you spend about 60% of your income on food, you're so worried, and that's average. You're so worried about knowing where the next meal is going to come from that you cannot innovate.
Rivera says food security and quality of life go hand in hand. By feeding our neighbors now, we set ourselves up for a great relationship in the long run.
Population increasing by 30%, over 10 billion people by 2050, and they're doubling their income. Who's going to feed them? And that's when we come into place, because we're highly, highly efficient. Our level of productivity is second to none in the world.
And by helping to feed a growing world.
That means more people outside the U.S. with money to purchase things.
Giving our farmers and ranchers what they need to make the best use of their resources from the ground up.
From the Ground Up is sponsored by Producers Cooperative, proudly serving agriculture since 1943.